These are the only products you need as a beginner to do a full face glam. Everything in this bag is so much affordable and you can get in any cosmetic shop. And so guys, start by combing your eyebrows upward. After that, start outlining your eyebrows. For outlining my eyebrows, I'm using Davis No. 3 eye pencil. On the upper part of your eyebrow, leave in some spaces on the inner corner. And again, be following the exact shape of your eyebrow. And after you are done, fill in the spaces. Anywhere you feel there is a space, fill in that space. Then take your spoolie, comb the inner corner. You want to remove those harsh lines. For concealing, I'm using Pro Conceal in the shade Toffee, and I'm using a flat brush to clean my eyebrows. For the inner corner, I don't use concealer. Most of the time, I use foundation that matches my skin tone so that they make my eyebrows look natural as possible. Guys, if you are a beginner in makeup, don't be concealing your upper eyebrows. Don't be concealing on the upper eyebrows. Be concealing only the lower eyebrow and leave it like that. After you are done, take a fluffy brush to blend your concealer. Blend it very well. Make it enter to the skin. Before you apply eyeshadow, make sure you prep your eyelid. For prepping your eyelid, you can either use eyeshadow base or a concealer. For me, I'm using a concealer, shade No. Toffee, the same concealer I used to outline my eyebrows. And make sure you blend it to the skin very well so that your eyeshadow, it won't leave harsh lines. For the eyeshadow, I'm using this Nude palette, and I'm using a flat small brush to start applying my eyeshadow. Don't use a larger brush for starting applying your eyeshadow. And if you are a beginner, don't start using shouting colors. Be using brown shades for a beginner. That one it's good to start with. Repeat the same process until you are satisfied with the color. After you are done applying the eyeshadow, take an orange shade to blend the brown shade you applied before. This, it will help your eyeshadow be blended very well and it won't be having harsh lines. You don't want your eyeshadow to look messy. You want your eyeshadow to look flawless. So, use an orange tone to correct the brown shade you used before. If you want your inner corner of your shadow to pop, before you apply the next shade, make sure you apply concealer, the same shade you used before. For me, I'm using the same shade I used, that is Toffee, and I'm using this gold here. I want my shadow to pop. Repeat the same process until you get satisfied, until you see the shadow, it has popped well. On the other eye, before you apply the next shade, make sure you blend your concealer first before you apply the next shade. Take a cleaner brush to blend the gold. You don't want your gold to look messy. You want it smooth. After that, use the same brown you used before to blend the gold and the first shade you used. For a beginner, before you do your lashes, make sure you do the eyeliner. This one, it will help your eyelashes to stick well. And for that, don't draw a thick eyeliner. After you are done doing your eyeliner, take a black shade to blend the eyeliner. And for that, use a smaller brush to blend it. After blending the eyeliner, take your mascara and comb your lashes. Comb your lashes so that you can remove any fallen eyeshadows from your lashes. The next part is doing the lashes. After you choose the lashes you want, make sure you measure first before applying them so that you can remove any excess part you don't need. Make sure you measure. And for application, leave in some space on the inner corner. It will make you feel comfortable and you won't feel any irritation. For sticking them, I'm using air bonding glue. Now we are moving on to the foundation, and before we do that, make sure you prep your face. For me, I'm using this serum, Garnier, and I'm using generous amount. After that, I'll be massaging it to the skin very well. After the serum, apply your moisturizer, and for me, I'm using this Cerave moisturizer, a PM one, and I'll be massaging it to the skin. Like I want that moisturizer to enter into my skin so that foundation, it will set well. After the moisturizer, it's now time you move in with your primer. If you have oily face, I recommend you use matte primer. For me, I'm using this Rimel primer. It's a matte one because I also have oily face. And if you have a dry skin, use hydrating primers. Apply the primer on the T-zone, the places where you sweat the most, like on the bridge of your nose. After the primer has set into the skin, it's time you move in with your foundation. And for me, I'm using these two shades of foundation, number 67 and 66 of Maybelline. Use a brush to apply it before you move in with your beauty blender. For beauty blender, make sure it is wet damp. Blend it to the skin, blend it. Don't be in rush. Blend to the forehead, blend everywhere, around your neck, everywhere, so that it will look flawless. If you want that extra coverage, take your concealer, the same shade you used to clean your eyebrows. For me, I'm using Toffee. Be applying it on your under eye, bridge of your nose, and on your forehead. And don't use a lot of products. Then take your beauty blender and blend the concealer. Don't wait for it to dry if you are a beginner. Blend it immediately because the concealer, they dry out very fast. After you are done applying your concealer, take a setting powder to set the concealer to remove that shining. And for that, I'm using Banana Dream setting powder. After you are done highlighting, it's time you move in with the contour palette. We are contouring on our nose, our cheekbones, and our forehead. We want to make our face look smaller. And for nose, use a flat brush. Then take a small fluffy brush to blend the contour. Then take a brighter shade to blend the contour on the bridge of your nose. We move on contouring your forehead, and I'm using a larger round brush. Still using the same brush to contour my cheekbones, and I'm taking the products upward. I'm not dragging them downwards, I'm taking them upwards. After the contouring, now you can move in with your blush, and for blush you can use either eyeshadow palette or blush palette. For me, I'm using this Zaron eyeshadow palette, and I'm using shade red and orange. After you are done doing the blush, take a finishing powder to blend everything into the skin. After you have blended everything in, take a setting spray to set your face. And if you have oily face, use a matte setting spray so that you don't shine during the day. After that, outline your lower lash line. This brightens your eyes. If you want that natural finish, you can go in again with your setting spray 2 to 3 times. You can now move in onto your lips, and for lips you can outline first before applying the lipstick. And for outlining, I'm using this number 3 eye pencil, Davis one, and I'm using these shades of lipstick, these 2 shades. Now, after you are done applying everything, it's time we move in with the highlighter. Highlight on the bridge of your nose, on the sides of your cheekbone. Now we are done, and I like how this makeup turned out. Like, it is so flawless. It has set well to the skin. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share to your friend, and thank you so much. See you in my next video. Bye.